So today's new mods, let's face it, it's a case of little or large. So first up is Biogas Station. This is by Weekend Farmers Texas, 1.01 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under Tools. Now, if you imagine any of the mods that we have had come out that require methane, this is the one for you. Yeah, it's a little methane buy point for you. So you place it by the side of your workshop or whatever, come buy it, put it in the production chain. Fair enough. And next up is Old Style Fence. This is by CNEC, 1.37 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it, as you can imagine, under fences. Now, you got your two different versions in here. Obviously, you got the first one, which is going to be your fence part, and then you got section number 2. If you press right on the D-pad, and you can put it into a gate. And you can also do a reverse function on the old gate if you wanted to. You want to have it opening the other way. All right, no problem. So sort of concrete post style, and you got your wooden innards, if that's even the way to describe it. Then you got your gate, obviously that opens like that. Jobs are good. And I mean, that hasn't got a fence post this side, but I'd imagine you'd carry on with your fence just to make it all match up. Right, no problem. Right, next up is the customized fence CowBarn. This is by Lancy Boy, 59.99 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it, as you can imagine, under cows. Now, despite what the name says, there is no customized options on it, so it is what it is. But it's a nice looking CowBarn, I must admit. You are going to need a bit of space. I mean, you do have the option to expand the pasture out the back. And you can move the fences out, and you can put a meadow in as well. So you're going to need a bit of space just as the standard version, but all right, no problem. So you've got your slurry taking out point just there. We're going to open up these gates, because behind gate number 1 is going to be your loading in point for your food. Now you have got these doors that open up here, so you could potentially come down with a trailer, go down the whole immersive route of bringing your animals down from the dealership. That's entirely up to you. But once you've got your food in like that, we'll come down here, out into the pasture. There they are, my little beef burgers. Now, I got the trigger point for the straw around about here, and it put the straw into there. It didn't put it into the main barn as bedding. All right, fair enough, no problem. It is what it is. You got your animal dialogue box just there. Yeah, I've got this gate that opens, so I suppose you'd probably open up that gate if he's bringing the trailer down rather than the other one. All right, you do you. Then you've got your milk taking out point just there. Now, this does produce manure. Obviously, you will need to put a manure plate down at some point. Come on, I want to shut this gate. I had the trigger just then. There we are. Close the gate. You will need to put down your own manure plate, but not a problem. That being said, I like that. That is ace. Right, next up is Small Renovated House. This is by Dimitri, 19.53 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under farmhouses. Now, it's going to cost you 25 grand to place down. It comes as it is. There is no optional extras. But that being said, it's looking all right. I mean, you got the exposed brickwork just there. You got the plaster falling off. So it's definitely one of those role play sort of things. Maybe you've taken over the farm. Yeah, it needs a little bit of upkeep. But, we've got the plaster falling off there. They haven't spent the money keeping the house up, but they have gone and put a nice little, lean-to shack part out here. I mean, that looks like new wood. All right, I know where you're spending your money. So you got your sleep trigger just there. You got your wardrobe trigger by the bench. Jobs are good. I mean, obviously, it's for decorative purposes at the most point, but being said, that's looking all right. We're sticking with houses for the next one. So we got Small Houses. This is by Naymog Mod, 25.87 megabyte on the download. And you're going to find them, as you can imagine, under small houses. Well, not small house, under farmhouses. The mod's called Small Houses. So we've got two different versions here. We've got the red one, which is 95 grand. And we've got the blue one, which is 85 grand. They come as they are. There are no customized options. So we're going to come over here. We're going to open up this door, because these houses, you can go inside. So there you are. A bit of a dining area. Got a brick oven there as well. That is all right. And through here, you got a little bit of a storage area. Your pantry. We'll go through this door. And then we're going to go through this one right here. There we are. So in here is going to be your sleep trigger. I mean, it's got a PC set up. It's doing a bit of gaming. Why not? Why not indeed? And then you've got your wardrobe trigger by the wardrobe, as you could well imagine. And we've got this door as well. Goes into a different room. So if you want to have somebody stay over, I suppose, if you wanted to. I mean, we have got the front door, so I was obviously put them round the wrong way, but all right, no problem. And then similar sort of thing with the blue house, slightly smaller than the red one. So we go into this door like, no, I've turned the light on. There we are, open the door. We've got light switch just there. There's light switches knocking around. I mean, I like that setup. That's all right, TV on the wall. All right, fair enough. Another little seating area with a bit of a kitchen on the go. And we've got these doors that open up as well. So in there is going to be bedroom number 1. And then in here is going to be bedroom number 2, where you've got your sleep trigger and your wardrobe trigger. And another little gaming setup as well. Not bad at all. And then behind this door, there is going to be your bathroom. Go for a poo, have a little bit of a shower afterwards. Oh dear. Well, I like those. I mean, they definitely give me the vibe of, we've seen similar sort of things like this on like South American maps. So this should fit into something like that nicely. Right, next up is Manure Storage Rectangular. This is by RC3D Plasthurst Group, 5.31 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them under silos. Now, we've got 2 different versions here. So you've got the smaller one, which is going to cost you 65 grand. That's going to hold 400,000 litres. And then we've got the larger one, which is going to hold 800,000 litres. It's going to cost you 175 grand. Hold on a minute, right? 65 grand for 400,000 litres, right? And then 175 grand for 800. So it's doubling it. It's more than doubled the price. What's going on with that? But all right. I mean, they both work the same. You obviously, you load in, you take out of your slurry and you digestate just at the front there. But why is the bigger one more than twice? I mean, it's like nearly 3 times as expensive, but only holds twice as much. All right, fair enough. Carry on. Next up is American Farmers Market. This is by Omatana, 20.91 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them under sell points. Now, we've got 2 different versions here. They're both going to cost the same, and they're both going to work the same, let's face it. They're going to cost you 15 grand, but we've got a normal one. We'll call it normal anyway, and then we've got a decorated version. Yeah, and I'll show you what the difference is. Now, obviously, you got your loading in point, sell point, whatever you want to call it, just there. Great. Now, the normal one itself here is going to fill up. See, at the minute, it's empty. I haven't put anything in. So all the different containers, all the different shelvings. Yeah, there's nothing in them. Right, no problem. If you go for the decorated one, this is going to have it at all on show at all times. So obviously, the first one is going to fill up. It's going to show when you put stuff in. But if you didn't fancy that, if you wanted just to be on show all the time, you go for the decorated one because you've got all the stuff just here. Right, fair enough. Now, to be fair, both apart from the old filling up situation, they're going to be the same. It's got a little bit of seating area inside as well. We can come out this side, a little bit of an ice cream parlour as well. You got a little bit of... Can we get up the slide? What about if we crouch? Can we get in? No, can't. Too big. Maybe, don't get me wrong, it's a slide for the kids, so obviously I shouldn't be playing on it, but alright, fair enough. No, I like it. Very nice. Next up is Grape and Olive Storages. This is by Billy Alpaca 78, 1.41 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them under silos, which is strange because they're actually production chains. So as the name would suggest, you got one for your grapes and one for your olives, and they're both the same. So you chuck your stuff into there. You got your taking out point there, and if you go into the production chain menu just like that, obviously it's going in, grapes going out, and then you got your olives, which are going to do the same. So you do need to use a facility like this. You know, I mean, don't get me wrong, you have got silos that you can just put grapes and olives in anyway. You know, want it something a little bit different, maybe a little bit more realistic in real life. You know, if you're going to put wheat in a silo, you're not going to put grapes in, and so forth and so forth. So you could put one of these down and go for the more realistic look. All right, fair enough. Well, next up is Pasta Production. This is by PSC, 6.83 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it, as you can imagine, under production chains. Now, it's used in the old potato factory situation and changing it up a little bit and putting some pasta in there as well. So that's going to cost you 90 grand. They've also got a nondescript version, which is just here. That's only going to cost you 30 grand. All right, fair enough. And then you're going to need a sell point to sell your pasta. So just a hatch marking area, put it next to a building, like you could do with this one as well, and then sort it out, no problem. Now, there is potentially a need for a further mod, which is this one just here. So this is more flowers mod, and you might need it because it's going to have 2 ingredients that's going to be required for this facility. I mean, you don't need to have it. I mean, there's plenty to be getting on with anyway. So you got your pallet spawn point, as you can well see. You got your loading in point just there, and your production chain menu is around here. So we'll click in there. So you can be making carrot pasta, corn and rice pasta, fresh spinach pasta, pea pasta, potato pasta, spinach pasta, and then tricolour pasta. Yeah, it's a lot of pasta. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think spaghetti's too much like hard work, twirling it around your fork all the time. But, you know, you do you. So obviously you're going to need to be putting some stuff in. Your carrots, eggs, flour, corn flour, which again comes from that More Flour factory. Pea flour as well also comes from the More Flour factory. Potatoes, rice flour, spinach and tomatoes. So if we go and have a look further down, you know, some recipes don't require the old corn flour or the pea flour, so you should be all right. So what ones do need that? So that one. So that pea pasta, that does need the pea flour. Normal pasta, normal flour, and you got the corn and rice pasta, which is obviously going to need the old corn flour. So only 2 recipes require the extra production chain. So all right, fair enough. Now here's all your new pallets. So what we've got there, so we've got your pea pasta just there. We then got your tricolour pasta. What's that one? Potato pasta. What's a potato? I'm not sure what potato pasta is, alright. I thought that was made with flour normally, but okay. So you got your fresh spinach pasta. You then got your fresh pasta. And we'll jump over here. In the last row, we've got your carrot pasta. You then got your spinach pasta. You then got your corn and rice pasta, and then last one on the end is just pasta. Right, that's a lot of pasta. I mean it's going to fill you up. It's going to keep you going. I mean, it's always good to have different recipes on the go. Something else to do. All right, fair enough. Right, next up is Sheds package. This is by Mali Y2K3 Pavel, 10.96 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them, as you can imagine, under Sheds. So we've got a few in this pack. So we've got the small shelter, which is going to cost you 8 grand. We then got the large shelter, which is going to cost you 25 grand. We then got the medium shelter, 15 grand. Then we come across and we got the, it says shelter, I'm going to call it L-shaped shelter. That's going to cost you 20 grand. And then the last one on the end is passable shelter. So I have a drive-through option on the go there. That's going to cost you 10 grand. Now none of these have any customization options, so they are what they are, but the woodwork on it, looking all right. I mean, is it nothing jazzy, nothing special, but just for somewhere to store your stuff. I mean, this one, drive-through option on the go. Nice wide bays, that's all right. So you're just looking for somewhere just to, as I say, store your stuff. These should fit in nicely. Right, next up is Old Barn package. This is by Farmer 5 Tom, 22.51 megabyte on the download. And you're going to find them, as you can imagine, under Sheds. Now, there is some options with this. So if we click one out like that, customization, so you can have it as old wood, old brick, and then old plaster. So that's the 3 different versions that you get to pick from. Now you obviously got this one here, which is 9 grand. That's going to be your model beaver. It's beaver, wooden beaver, why not? You then got your duck. You then got moose. And then on the end, we've got owl. Right, okay, so slightly different designs all around. So this one is going to be in here. Got a couple of little hay lofts on the go. That's all right. And you've got this door that opens up at the back. So you can have a little bit of a drive-through on the go, which is all right. And come down here, similar sort of thing. This one's got a more enclosed shed on the side, like that. Open up those doors. I mean, again, you've got the hay loft on the left-hand side on that one. And we'll come over here. So again, slightly different designs. You've got your hay loft again, but a fully enclosed shed. And then the last one on the end, it's got a hay loft opening this side with a fully enclosed shed. And obviously, I went for the plaster version on that one. All right, no problem. Next up is pack of 5 rustic machine sheds. This is by Rockhound Modding, 58.47 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them in quite a few different places, to be fair. So the first one is going to be on the sheds, 80 grand. Now all these do have the option on the old customization option, so you can change the solar panels, yes or no, and you can also change the colour, well, let's face it, to whatever you like. So that one's the first one on the sheds. The second one is going to be found on the tools. So this is going to be the same sort of thing, but you're going to have a diesel tank on it. Actually, to be fair, it's a little diesel buy point. All right, no worries. The third one is going to be there. That's going to be a workshop version for you. And then this one here is going to be found on the silos, but It's got a 50 million litre capacity. Wow, that isn't that the biggest silo we've got in the game? 50 million litre capacity. That is ridiculous. Then the last one on the end is going to be under containers, and that comes with a diesel storage of 2 million litres. But that 50 million, that's ridiculous. That is, I mean, great, but ridiculous at the same time. Now, the sheds part of them all are basically the same. So you can come and open up the door. You know, inside, plenty of space to be knocking around with. Great, no problem. So we'll come out of this side door. I mean, huge door openings. You're not going to struggle getting in there. Then we'll come down here. And obviously this one is going to have the old buy point for your diesel just there. Then we'll come down to the next one. I mean, just don't look how big. I'm running with my character right now, and it's taking me ages to get through this. Dear oh dear. So you've got your workshop trigger, which is just here for you. And that being said, well, that's the hatch marking area for it. So let's go inside. Open up the giant door. Inside here is where's the old spanner? Have I walked past the spanner? And there's a good chance. And there's, oh, here it is. I mean, it's so bright outside, I couldn't see it. There's your spanner icon for fixing up your vehicles. Then we come to this one. The next one is just insane. That's what I'm going to say, is insane. 50 million litre capacity. That is ridiculous. I mean, you've got your loading in point just there. Taking out point. Obviously, you've got your loading in point for your liquids as well, which is all right. So that means it's going to be pretty much doing everything, which is great. And then the last one, take a little jog. Come on, we'll get our steps in today. There's plenty to be getting on with. It's going to have the diesel tank on the side. So obviously, you come over here, fill up your vehicle, fill up whatever equipment you've got on the go. I mean, you fill the tank up there. 2 million litre capacity. £3.3 million that's going to cost me to fill it up. I mean, don't get me wrong. That's great. That is great. But this one, 50 million litre capacity. Underground storage area. Yes, I can 100% understand that. Totally. Oh, you've got your taking out point for your liquids just there. Look at the state of it. 50 million litre capacity. That's awesome. Right, next up is Machine and Recovery Hall. This is by TWF Team Hana. 8.25 megabyte on the download. And you're going to find it, as you can imagine, under sheds. Now, we do have the option to customise it a little bit. You can put some solar panels on the roof. Jobs are good 'un. Now, obviously, it's going to be a shed. So we'll go and open up these doors like that. Rather loud doors, mind you, but okay, fair enough. And once inside, plenty of space to be knocking around. It says Machine and Recovery Unit. Well, I suppose you've got some cones here. Can we pick those up? No, we can close the door all the way from here. Interesting. I mean, it's a recovery unit that you can't use the cones for. Alright, fair enough. I mean, that being said, obviously it's a shed and it's looking good. Next up is the Mid-German Farm Pack. This is by Farmer 5 Tom, 27.67 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them under a few different places, to be fair. So the first one is going to be under cows. It's going to cost you 124 grand, and you do have the option to put some solar panels on the roof. Now, these do flick around at, was it 90 degrees? Yeah, all right, fair enough, is what it is. So you can change the solar panels, yes or no, and then you can change the colour as well. We'll go with that. Going to do the gates. Now, anything with gates in this pack, you are going to be able to change it. So, like the house up there, you can change the colour of the gates as well. Jobs are good. Now, the next one is going to be found under sheds. So, 38,900 to buy. And again, you can change. No, I don't want to sell it. There we are. It's a bit better. You can change the colour of the doors, the gates, whatever you want to call it, and put solar panels on the roof. We've also got the next one, which is going to be 9 grand. So, a little small shed. You've also got the next one, which is going to be 9 grand as well. And then the last piece, as you can imagine, is going to be found under farmhouses. Now, this is a little interesting one. This is because once you place it down, you can also customize it and then change the color. So we'll go with red. What did that do? It says do the gates. It's not done a lot, though, is it? Let's face it. Let's try that again. We'll go with beige. I'm not seeing what it's changing, to be fair, but alright, fair enough, we'll carry on. So, the old CowBarn itself. So you've got your slurry taking out point just there. animal dialogue box just here. I mean, you've got this door that opens up. If you wanted to, you know, facilitate backing a trailer in, it's entirely up to you. We've got to open up both doors. There we are. By the top ones. How do you... We're not going to get a trailer in there, though, are we? Open the top upper gate. There we are. That's right in the corner. Right in the corner. Okay, fair enough. We'll close the bottom ones. Just so the little beef burgers don't escape. Come on, close the bottom one. There we are. And behind this door is going to be your loading in point for your feed and your straw. And then we'll come out there. I mean, obviously there is a drive-through option down this end, so you haven't got to reverse out or anything. Come around here. Got this little door here. Open up that one like that. There you are. There's your milk taking out point just there. Again, drive-through option on the go, which is all right. Then we've got the sheds. Obviously, they are sheds. You know, let's face it. It's going to be somewhere for you to store your stuff. Yeah, keep it off. Well, keep it out the rain. Keep it out the blazing sunshine that's coming down. You know, right, fair enough. And then you got your house decorative object, whatever you want to call it. You got your sleep trigger by the bench. It's obviously you're sleeping by the bench, and then you got your wardrobe trigger just there. Right, that being said, no wardrobe trigger and then sleep trigger there. That's right. It flicked up sleep trigger right by the wardrobe trigger. But okay, fair enough. I mean, to be fair, if you're into your gym and stuff, this should fit in nicely. I mean, I like the CowBarn. You know, what's it? Mono-sided roof. I think that's what they call it. And then the gates that open up the top as well, let a bit more airway through. When you have got that loft at the top, you could potentially use. Yeah, very nice. Next up is half-timbered farm buildings. This is by Modding Association Katsu, 54.09 megabyte on the download. And again, got another pack that's everywhere. So first up is going to be under sheds. Now we've got two different versions here. So we've got the brick one, and then we've got the plaster version. Then move on to the houses, although to be fair, they've got a little silo attached as well. So this one, you got half plaster and half brick. So 165 grand. And then the next one is just full plaster. Same price, jobs are good. And then on the end here, we're going to come down to pigs, because both of these are pigsties. So we'll scroll down the torch. There we are. So you got your brick version, you got your plaster version, no problem. So first up, we got the two sheds. And obviously you come in here, big nice opening. You got a nice old hayloft at the top. I mean, drive-through option on the go. I mean, this side got two bays that opens. That's all right. And we've got this door as well. You can open up that one. And behind there, a little bit of a, I'm going to say workshop, potentially. I mean, you've got some oil drums there as well. You got the door that opens up like that for you to get your vehicle in. I mean, you could put like a workshop trigger in there, make it your own, no problem. Now, obviously, the other barn is going to be, well, let's face it, exactly the same, but a plastered finish on the outside rather than just the exposed brickwork. So we've gone past that one, and then we've got the house stroke silo. Yeah, well, that's what we're going to call it anyway. So we've got this door that opens up like that. It's a bit of a garage on the go, storage area. You've got your taking out point of your silo just there. You can drive through options on both those doors, which is all right. Then we come around here, and we've got our opening there, the doorway. You've got drive-through option, and then obviously there's your loading in point for your silo. You got your sleep trigger by the front door, and then you're going to come around the back because your wardrobe trigger is by the back door. All right, fair enough. I've got this door down here as well. Another little sneaky area. That was kept quiet. A little garage area, that's all right. We're going to come past this house because obviously it's going to be the same sort of thing, but rather than having half of it exposed brick, it's going to be fully plastered. So obviously down for the aesthetics. Now this one is going to be the pig barns. They're both exactly the same apart from the old texture on the outside. So you've got your taking out point of your slurry just there. We'll open up this door. You've got your animal dialogue box, and there they are. Your little bacon sandwiches. You alright, mate? How's it going? It's chilling? Alright, no problem. Now your straw trigger is... You stay there. Right, carry on. Can I finish what I was saying now? Alright. This straw loading in point is just here. Just inside the door. I did manage to get me trailer in, although the roof height is a little low. So you should be alright. You should be alright anyway. Now, shut the door. Shut the door. There we are. Then behind this door, we've got our loading in point for our pig food just there. I mean, I've got a drive-through option on the go, which is all right. That being said, I mean, they're looking good. half-timbered barns. Yeah, very nice. Next up is CowBarn. This is by 750 Ti modding, 5.56 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it, as you can imagine, under cows. Now, it's going to cost you 40 grand to place down, and it's going to hold 30 of your beef burgers. Right. So you got your slurry taken out point just there, you got your milk taken out point, you then got your food going in just there, and then our animal dialogue box is in there. All right, so we'll open up that door. In we go. So we'll well, you could open up that gate as well. Going to facilitate bringing a trailer down. And yeah, you might have to do a little bit of decent reversing, mind you. But okay, we'll close it up. Get some cows in. Come on. That's it. Right there. Let's get 30 cows in. So not a lot of space for 30 cows. All right, fair enough. I mean, you got the garage area. I mean, you could store some bags of stuff. You know, put some bales in there, whatever. All right, fair enough. Next up is Swedish Pigshed. This is by Swifty, 27.91 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it, as you can imagine, under pigs. Now, we do have a customization option on here. You can change the colour. Oh, well, basically going to be the old metalwork on the top. Now, this is going to hold 300 pigs, which is all right. And to be fair, the old office complex on here, a little bit of a rabbit warren, but all right, we'll give it a go. So you got your loading in point for your food just there. You then got your taking out point of your slurry just there. And by this animal dialogue box just here is going to be your straw trigger as well. So if you open up this door like that, there we are. I chucked a bale in, I chucked some loose straw in, all worked, no problem. And we'll come through here and show you what I mean by it being a bit of a rabbit warren. So in here, you've got two bays, or two sections, we'll call it sections anyway, for your pigs. You alright, mate? How's it going? Chilling. Alright, fair enough. I'll leave you alone. You carry on with what you're doing. You've got this one here as well. I mean, again, similar sort of thing, but obviously it's just mirrored. Then we'll come around here. This is where you go into your old rabbit warren of different things. So we're going to come through here. Door on the left. A little bit of a seating area. A little bit of a settee, a couch, sofa, whatever you want to call it. And we'll come around here. I mean, this is the door to the outside. And we'll go through this door. A little bit of an office. Now do the paperwork. Alright, fair enough. And behind here is a little... That's a bathroom, let's face it. I mean, you've got a bathroom, you've got a toilet and an old school sink. Dear, oh dear. And we're going back to the outside. And I like it. I mean, you've got your pebble dash on there. You've got your corrugated, what's it, iron, steel, whatever on the roof. Yeah, very nice. Well, next up is the B115 grade silo. This is by Pazer and Marzatov 870, 51.45 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it, as you can imagine, under silos. Now, it's going to cost you 240 grand to buy, and it's going to hold 3.5 million litres, which is all right indeed. Definitely got the old industrial look going on, which is all right. So you come over here, we've got your loading in point just there. Can we go in this building? No, we can't. Right, fair enough. We'll come around here, and there's going to be your taking out point just there. Now, the texturing on the old metalwork, that looks alright. You know, it's been here a while, paint flaking off and all that. So if you want to go for the old industrial look on your farm, or maybe just like set up a whole industrial area, yeah, very nice. And next up is the Lizard SA800. This is by Soterud, 3.6 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under winter equipment, because this is a salt spreader. Obviously mounts to the 3-point on the back or front of your tractor, and obviously it's going to help you get rid of that pesky snow. It's got an 800 litre capacity, 2 metre working width, and a 37 mile an hour working speed. Man, you can go full bull down the road in the snow. Probably not a good idea, but you can, and still spread some salt. 4.5 grand to buy. That's ace. And next up is the Lizard Old Dolly 1993. This is by Blackbird Modding, 2.5 megabyte on the download. And if you fancied a dolly with 3 axles, this could be the one for you. It's going to cost you 2,700. The only option is to change the rim colours, which, well, let's face it, can be anything you like nowadays. All right, old school dolly it is. We're sticking with dollies for the next one. We've got the Krampe Dolly 10L. This is by Agra Modding, 16.11 megabyte on the download. And again, going to find it under dollies. So more of the traditional thing that you'd pull behind your tractor. Yeah, single axle, jobs are good. Now, it's going to cost you 18.5 grand to buy. You do have the option of Trelleborg, Michelin, BKT, Vredestein, and then back to Trelleborg again. I mean, some do have wide tyres and wide... Oh, now we're talking. That is all right. You then have the option with or without fenders. And then you've got your rim colour, which is obviously going to be your rims. All right, fair enough. Right, next up is the Lime and Manure Spreader Pack. This is by Modmaker. 25.48 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them under manure spreaders. Now, you may be thinking, these look very familiar. That's because they've taken the base game versions, manure spreaders that is, and added the ability to spread lime as well. Right, fair enough. I mean, you've got some colour options as well, which is good to see. 110 grand to buy this one. You've also got the old Flegel. You can do the same with that. All right, no problem. You can also do the same with the old Hauer DST16. And you've also got the last one on the end, the old Samsung US 235. Now, obviously, if you've got the manure spreader, you're just thinking, do you know what? I need to spread some lime as well. You know, get one of these on the go. 2 jobs in one, which is always good. Right, next up is the Kinze Wagon Pack. This is by Hispano, 24.91 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them under Auger Wagons. Now, it's got a 30,000 litre capacity, requires 240 horsepower from your tractor, and a 59 grand price tag. You can then change your wheel brands. You've got your Trelleborg, BKT, Vredestein, and then back to Trelleborg again. You then got your main colour, which is going to be your main colour. Your design colour is going to be those bits. Your cover colour, there we are, is going to be, as you can imagine, the cover, and then your rim colour is going to be your rims. Now, if you're thinking 30,000 litres is not big enough, well, they've got a second version with 37,000. I mean, it's a little bit more. It is a little bit more. So it's 300 horsepower requirement on this one, and a 74 grand price tag. Same options as before. Don't get me wrong, that's all right. Well, next up is the TT8022 Driveless. This is by Hispano, 6.72 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under Sugarcane Planters. Now, don't get confused with the name. It's driveless, not driverless. Yeah, you are going to have to mount it to the back of a tractor, but it's got a 17,100 litre capacity, so you can use your sugarcane or seeds on this one. 200 horsepower requirement. It's got 1 metre. I mean, that's a huge piece of equipment for 1 metre, but obviously sugarcane is one of those things you only need to plant once and you're sort of golden. 1 metre. All right, fair enough. 9 mile an hour working speed, 61.5 grand to buy. You've got your main options of main colour, which is going to do the main colour, as you can well imagine. The design colour is going to do those bits, and then the rim colour is obviously going to do the rims. Just 1 metre working with, though. That's going to take you a while to do a big field. Right, next up is the Kuhn Vari-Master 153. This is by Poscap, 5.45 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under ploughs. Now, it requires 120 horsepower from your tractor. It's got a 2 metre working width and a 7 mile an hour working speed for 22 grand. So it is going to be for your small farming shenanigans. Now, you've got the design colour option, so you can go for those bits. To be fair, I mean, it looks there as it's saying there, colour name 2. But that is definitely a stainless steel colour. That is looking all right. I mean, small farm shenanigans, why can't they have nice stuff? That's ace. Right, next up is the SP10M. This is by Ridiculous Dominic, 4.39 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under ploughs. Now, it's got a 320 horsepower requirement for me tractor, 10.5 metre working width, and a 9 mile an hour working speed for 4,200. That's not bad at all. 4 grand for a 10 metre plough. That is all right. You then have the option to add functions. You've got standard. You can have it as a mulcher as well, or back to standard. So I'd imagine it's not going to be both. You're going to be doing mulching or ploughing. You then got your main colour, which is obviously going to be the main colour. The design colour, we'll go for green. It's going to do those bits. Right, fair enough. Now, this is not the only one in the pack because they've got an Unreal version. All right, so what we've got here? We've got mulcher and standard with 10.5 metre working width. What's the... Oh, I see. So that runs at 9 mile an hour. The Unreal one runs at 24. 10 metre working... 10.5 metre working width. And a 24 mile an hour top speed. Well, working speed anyway. That's ace. Well, next up is the Kverneland E-Drill Maxi. This is by Hispano. 15.6 megabyte on the download. And you're going to find it under Power Harrows. Now, this requires 130 horsepower from your tractor, 3 metre working width, and a 9 mile an hour working speed for 11 grand. The only option is to change the colour, so we'll go with a green is going to do those bits. Job's a good one. Now, if you're thinking, do you know what, 3 metre, I could get some seeding done at the same time. Wow, they've got you covered because they got the drill version. Well, they've got the seeding version. Only requires the same horsepower, which is all right. 130. It's got a 2,000 litre seed tank on it. Same mile/an-hour top speed. Well, working speed anyway. And a 3 metre again, 34.5 grand. The only difference on this one is you're going to have the design colour as well, which is going to do that bit. Well, the cover. All right, fair enough. So next up is the Annaburger HTS 11D04 spreaders. This is by Red Phoenix, 57.39 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it on the Manure spreader. But it's not just a manure spreader, it's going to do lime as well, which is great. Now this has got a 9,200 litre capacity, 90 horsepower requirement for my tractor, 10 metre working width, and a 12 mile/an-hour working speed for £32,450. Right, you then got the option of your wheel brands. You've got your Trelleborg, Michelin, BKT, Vredestein, and then back to Trelleborg again. And there is some white. It's looking all right, that is, must admit. You then got paint jobs. You've got your standard or your Agritechnica 2023. Actually, that looks all right, that does. I like that one. You then got your rear lights. So you got your old versions or you got some new ones. You then got your side panel extensions. You got with or without. And obviously, that's going to put the old capacity up to 11,000 litres. And you've got your working widths of 10 metre, 12 metre, 15, and then back to 10. So 15 metre is your top spreading width. Right, great. But if you're thinking, do you know what, I'd like something with more axles, spread the load out a little bit. Well, they've got this one, the old tandem version. Now, it's basically the same. Obviously, you got your 9.2 thousand. Not 9.2, that's not even the best way to say it. 9,200 litre capacity. There we are. And you got your 10 metres. So all that can be the same as before, going all the way up to 15, but obviously with 2 axles rather than a 1. Right, fair enough. Right, next up is the Zunhammer ULT SemiTrailer. This is by LS Map Tester, 3.03 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under Slurry Transport. Now, it's got a 21,000 litre capacity, 47 grand price tag, and the options are going to be for changing your tyres. So you got your Trelleborg, Michelin, BKT, Vredestein, and then back to Trelleborg again. You got your wides and your wide 2s. All right, fair enough. I mean, Zunhammer, yeah, it's not really one that gets much love in the game, to be fair. I mean, there's a couple of pieces, but all right, great to see something else from the brand. And next up is the Pöttinger NovaAlpin 261. This is by Hispano, 5.49 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under mowers. Now, it requires 45 horsepower requirement from your tractor, 2.6 metre working width, and a 13 mile/an-hour working speed for 12 grand. Now, you may be thinking 2.5 metre, well, 2.6 metre even. I need to get a pair of glasses on. Obviously, this is going to be going on the front of your tractors. You'll have some sort of either butterfly mower or a side mower on the back of your tractor, obviously in combination with this one. You then got your main colour, which is going to be, as you can imagine, those bits on the top. There we are. And then the chassis colour, we could go for blue. It's going to do that bit. It's not really the chassis, it's more the skirt. But all right, fair enough. Right, next up is the Kverneland 85112. This is by Hispano, 8.37 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under Tedders. Now, this requires 90 horsepower from your tractor. It's got 11.2 metre working width and a 9 mile/an-hour working speed for 24.5 grand. You then got the option to change the main colour, which is going to do, well, let's face it, the main frame. The design colour is going to do the, I'm going to call them fingers. Well, we'll go with fingers anyway. Prongs, whatever you want to call it. Right, fair enough. I mean, 11 metres. That's not that bad for a Tedder. We're sticking with Tedders for the next one. We got the CLAAS VOLTO pack. This is by Agrar Design Austria. 29.21 megabyte on the download. And you're going to find it, as you can imagine, under Tedders. Now, it requires 30 horsepower from your tractor, 5.8 metre working width, and a 9 mile/an-hour working speed for 13 grand. So 30 horsepower requirement, that is really low. So if you're going for like a old school tractor style on your farm, this could fit in nicely with that. You then do have the option of your wheel setup. So you've got your support arm, you've got your support arm mounted, and then ground wheel mounted, and then back to your support arm. Then you've got warning signs, yes or no. Let me put those on the back. You can have some lights on there as well. Then you've got your design colour. Well, it's going to be one of those. It's going to be your rims. All right, fair enough. Now, if you're thinking 5.8 metre is a little bit too small, well, they've got you covered. They've got the old VOLTO 80, 60 horsepower requirement from your tractor, and a 7.7 metre working width. Same options as before, just obviously a little bit bigger. All right, fair enough. Right, next up is the Pöttinger Top 722. This is by Agua Design Austria, 24.78 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under windrowers. Now, this is going to require 75 horsepower from your tractor. It's got 6.6 metre working width, 9 mile an hour working speed, and a 40 grand price tag if you don't have that on. There we are, right. So that's your base version. Then you've got your option on your tyres. You've got your Vredestein, Mitas, and then back to Vredestein. You've got wheel setup 16, 17, or 16. All right, you can change the rim sizes. All right, fair enough. Then you got your fenders. So you got your old version. So sort of like, are they even half fenders? We'll go with that anyway. You got your new versions and then back to nothing. All right, fair enough. Right, next up is the Anderson Group A700 A950. This is by Hispano, 12.98 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them under forage mixes. Now, the A700 got a 23,800 litre capacity. It's going to require 150 horsepower from your tractor, and it's going to cost you a touch under 50 grand. The only options are going to be the main colour, which is obviously going to be, well, let's face it, everything. And then you got your rim colour, which is going to be your rims. Now, if you're thinking 23,800 is not really big enough for you, well, they've got the second version, the old A950, 28,800, so 5,000 litres extra. All right, fair enough. 180 horsepower requirement from your tractor. Obviously, the same colour options as before, but this one is going to cost you 60 grand. Right, next up is the FD250 with integrated cutting bar, wagon, and longer drawbar. Man, is that the longest name of a mod on the mod hub? This is by ModMaker, 13.06 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under headers, as you can well imagine. Now, obviously, as the name would suggest, it's got the old built-in trailer, we'll call it that anyway, but it's got the longer header, it's got the longer drawbar on it, so it's going to be better for being towed behind a harvester. You know, because sometimes a small drawbar, yeah, you're going to end up knocking it onto the back of your harvester, so which is not good. Right, great. So 15.2 metre working width, 6 mile an hour working speed, and 148.5 grand if you don't go for the MacDon one. But all right, fair enough. They all seem to be that sort of price. But all right, we'll carry on. So you've got different versions. So you've got your MacDon FD250. You can also have a Massey Ferguson version, New Holland Gold. Oh, yes. For going on to your sports harvester, the old New Holland Gold for the win, obviously. You can then have a Case IH, a CLAAS, a Fendt, a John Deere, and then back to your MacDon. Now, obviously, you know, it's the standard colours, let's face it. And you just putting the badge on the side. You do have the option of designs. You've got EU or US. So what's the US having some more reflectors on the side? All right, fair enough. This is where you come down to it. So you got your MacDon or your Massey Ferguson. So, you know, whichever one you go for. We'll go with the John Deere because that's going to be the most different between what it is now. You can then go for your side covers. We're going to go for John Deere Yellow. So we're going to do those bits. Then going to do the grain extension. We're going to go, let's find a John Deere Green. There we are. It's going to do those bits. The real colour, we'll go over John Deere. Actually, do you know what? We'll go over yellow. Yellow real. There we are. And the old MacDon decal. Although, to be fair, we haven't got the MacDon on it now. All right. So that's changed the MacDon decal we haven't got on. But okay, fair enough. And then you've got your rim colour, which is obviously going to be your rims. All right. I mean, you could basically match it up to whatever harvester you got, which is great. And with the extra long drawbar on it, it's going to make manoeuvring it a little bit easier. Next up is the Stara Imperador 3.0. This is by Hispano, 38 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under sprayers. Now, this is interesting. We back out a little bit. You can do solid fertilizer, herbicide, and liquid fertilizer. Interesting indeed. Now, it's got 223 horsepower engine, 26 mile an hour top speed, a 27 metre working width, and a 15 mile an hour working speed with a 5,100 litre tank on it. You then have the option of Trelleborg, Michelin, BKT, Vredestein, and then back to Trelleborg again on the old tyres. Then you've got your main colour, which is going to be the main colour. You've got design colour, which is going to be those bits. Your cover colour, actually we're back up, there we are. see the cover a little bit better, is going to be the cover. And then you got your rim colour, which is obviously going to be your rims. Now this is a bit of an interesting concept, because obviously it costs you 196 grand. I'm just wondering, can you do herbicide and solid fertilizer at the same time? So you can put herbicide in, yes, and then you go to the back, you can put solid fertilizer in. Alright, hold on a minute. Right, so here we are coming up to the edge of the field, and we've got the old you can expand the track, RB and right stick left and right. That is alright indeed. We're then going to come here, we're going to turn it on. There we are. We're doing the old solid fertilizer straight away, so we'll stop that. We're going to unfold it. I want to see if it's going to do both. Because if it does herbicide and solid fertilizer, this could be probably the most OP sprayer in the game. Literally, you can fertilise your crop and get rid of the weeds at the same time. That is going to be awesome. So give it a go. Just do it on unfold shenanigans. Right, let's go. Oh no, it's not. It's just doing the spraying bit. It's not doing the solid fertilizer. Interesting, interesting. To turn off sprayer, you can move it up and down. We can move the back bit, well, everything up and down to be fair, but it only does one at a time. So you've got to fold the booms in, and then you can do your solid fertilizer. But I suppose at least you don't have to go back and change vehicles and whatever. Alright, fair enough. Well, next up is the Sampo Rosenlew Comia C6. This is by Lucille, 22.41 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under harvesters. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, is that a new brand to the game? I feel it is. I don't remember seeing any Sampo stuff before, but I could be wrong. So it's got an 184 horsepower engine, 15 mile an hour top speed, and a 4,200 litre grainage tank. It's going to cost you 124 grand. You then got the option of Trelleborg, Michelin, and then Trelleborg on the tyres. So no tracks, which is a bit of a shame. Harvesters always look better with tracks, but it's good to go anyway. Now, obviously, going on the front of that, you're going to need the old C16 14-foot, 4.2 metre working width, 6 mile an hour working speed, and 21 grand. And I must say, it's looking all right. I mean, it's got decent style to it. Yeah, something new. Excellent. And next up is the Krone BigX 580. This is by Hispano, 15.72 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under forage harvesters. Now, this has got a 585 horsepower engine, 24 mile an hour top speed. Says it's got a 20 litre tank on it, but obviously it's always going to shoot its stuff back into a wagon. You then got a 355 grand price tag, and you can change the tyres. So you got your Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Mitas, BKT, Vredestein, and then back to Trelleborg again. And you've got some wides looking all right on the front of that, I must admit. Then you've got your main colour, which is obviously going to be your main colour, so we'll go for something totally different. So that's going to be your chassis and all the stuff underneath. Your design colour is going to be those bits, and then your rim colour is obviously going to be the rims. Now, you are going to need something to go on the front of it, and we've got this, the old Easy Collect 600-2, 580 horsepower requirement, obviously from the previous forage harvester, 6 metre working width, 6 mile an hour working speed, 80 grand price tag. Obviously match your colour up to the main vehicle, and that's going to do your usual shenanigans. Well, to be fair, I thought was it Easy Collect before in 22 you could do sugarcane, but alright. I mean, it's looking good whichever one you go for. Next up is the John Deere Model A. This is by EY Modding, 6.93 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under small tractors. It's not much of a stretch, I must admit, saying it's under small tractors. It's got a 20 horsepower engine, 9 mile an hour top speed, and an 8 grand price tag. You can change the tyre brands. You get your BKT, Michelin, and then BKT. I'm not sure those Michelin look right. They look a little bit too big, to be fair. I mean, you can, but it's got twins on. I mean, it's got 20 horsepower, and you can have twins on the back. I'm not sure you're going to go anywhere with that, but all right, fair enough. Now, this sounds awesome on startup. And then once you get going, I mean, it's just the old... Definitely down the road of old school. I mean, don't get me wrong, you're not going to be able to do much with it, but knocking around your yard, that's ace. Next up is your John Deere AOS. This is by EY Modding, 7.07 megabyte on the download. And again, you're going to find it under small tractors, 18 horsepower. It's got even less than the previous one. Although this does look more, I'm going to call it the sports tractor out of the two. Because obviously, you know, got the more streamlined bodywork on the go. It's got a 9 mile an hour top speed, same as before, 7.5 grand price tag. So a little bit cheaper. And, like before, it's got a great sound. That's just awesome. Then once it gets going, it's got the old same popping, burbling, whatever you want to call it. That's ace. But when you come to a stop, there you are. We'll stop there like that, and we'll turn the engine off. Everything just like slows down. You know, the old inertia in the old flywheel. That is ace. Right, next up is the John Deere 3010-3020. This is by EY Modding, 14.47 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it again on the small tractors. So it's the old triplicate of small tractors from EY Modding today. So it's got a 53 horsepower engine. Oh, we're doing a lot better. 17 mile an hour top speed, 15 grand to buy. You have the option of the old 3010 diesel. You can put it up to 3020, which gives 63 horsepower. That is all right. Then you got your BKT Trelleborg, and then back to BKT on the tyres. Actually, that looks all right. Narrow on the back. Oh, that fits it. That fits it a lot better than the bigger ones. But okay, fair enough. And you got your usual shenanigans on the go there as well. And you have got twins on. No, don't look right with twins. Not on an old school tractor. We'll go with that one anyway. Then you got the option of canopies. You got your standard. You got your rollover hoop. And then you got your main canopy, and then back to your original. Front weight, so you can have yes or no. Well, that being said, so it's 200 kilos. So we're going from 3.3 as the standard tractor, and then up to 3.5 with the weight on. You got a front loader attacher, Quickie, Hauer, or John Deere, or nothing. Right. Now, just like the previous two, this sounds ace as well. And to be fair, it's got the old flappy exhaust. I like that, the old flap on top of the exhaust. That is awesome. I mean, these old school tractors, EY Modding does a great job with these old school tractors. These are all ace. And the last mod for the day is the BigBud Series 1. This is by Classic American Icons Modding and Ballard 2003. 56.04 megabyte on the download. And, well, let's face it, they are going to be on the large tractors because they're big, huge things. Right, so we've got three different versions. We've got the HN Series 1, the KT Series 1, and then the Biogas N14. Now, the difference between these two is basically the engine horsepower. So you've got 250 to 350 on the old Series 1 HN. And on the old KT, you've got the 450 to 525. Apart from that, all the options are basically the same. So we have got the configuration. So you've got your custom livery. You then got custom black livery. Ooh. Hold on a minute. Custom desert tan, all right, olive, silver, blue, and then back to standard. Oh, do you know what? I like that one. That looks ace. And obviously you got your engine set up, so depending on which one you go for, you could be having up to, was it 525 horsepower? Yeah, all right, fair enough. Now, even with that, it is changing a few things up. A different hood, bonnet, decals on the side. All right, fair enough. Then you got your wheel bands. You got Mitas, Trelleborg, Michelin, BKT, Continental, Nokian, Raderstein, and then back to Mitas. So are those, was it Michelin's? They look tiny. Let's see what we got. So we've got some twin wheels. Have we got we've got trips. We got trips on Michelin's. That's ace. I like that. Then we've got decals. You've got your standard. You can then change that for your empty, so no decals at all. Factory decal kit, factory bicentennial decal kit, US decal kit, BigBud, Canada, Australia, red, black, black decal, Series 3, Series 4, tyre track, and then back to standard. Right, so there's no UK. So we've got the US, we've got Canada, we've got Australia, all the main English-speaking places, apart from the UK. But, all right, fair enough. Accessories, we've got anti-slip. Going to be putting those mats on the old fenders at the front. We then got your extra dark windscreen, both or nothing. Safety equipment, so we've got beacon light and triangle. So beacon light on the roof, Triangle at the back in between the rear wheels. Then you got fire extinguisher just by the door. Then you got all of them or nothing. Door decals. So we'll go for custom. Then you got custom again and again and again and again. Yeah, there's plenty of stickers on the go with that. All right, Michigan. What one's that one? Let's zoom in. Is that Welker Farm? No, what's that? Minnesota. There we are. I need to get a pair of glasses. Idaho. So you can have. I'd imagine it's going to be most of the farming states. To be fair, so you just cycle through and you pick whichever one you fancy. You got Texas there. All right. Proud American farmer. Okay, Wyoming. Yeah, okay. I think we get the idea. There's plenty of stickers for you to be going with. Right, no problem. Then you got headlights. You got your standard. You got LED or your standard version. Then you got interior decor. So you got radio and CB just above, well, on the roof there. You then got your hat, which is going to be on the dashboard, and then you got both of them. Then you got your digital dashboard and filter. So spin it around like that. There we are. So you've got digital dashboard. Well, I said digital dashboard. Just put screen there. Right, okay, fair enough. Then you got a single filter without digital dashboard. Okay, well, actually, it's taking the filter away, but okay. And then you got single filter with digital dashboard. And then, oh, I see. It's two filters, one on each side. So it's getting rid of one. Right, no problem. Then got flags. So we got the USA. We then got Canada, Australia, nothing. Then you got your capacity. So you got additional tank. So that is saying 1,987 litres. And that will go up to 2,500. Then you got additional livery. Metal parts. Okay, what's do you know what? I think we need to put back onto the original one just so we can see what's going on. So we'll go with the standard version. There we are. So let's see what this custom livery does. Right, so go on there. Just those bits. Right, okay. Fair. What about that one? It does those. So a bit of checker plating knocking around. Right, fair enough. Now, obviously, if you didn't fancy that one and you did go for the old Welker Farm version, to be fair, I think all of them, they look like the tyres got like that stretch look to it. You know, where they're stretched out over to the rims, slightly too small for the rims. But okay, I mean, you got a couple of different options on the go there. You got your digital dashboard, you got your flags. You go for whichever one you want. But if it was me, I'd go for this one, the old 525 with the triples on the old Michelins. That just looks awesome. Now, this has got a little trick up its sleeve as well. You've got RB and right stick, left and right. That's going to open the door for you. But LB and RB and left stick can open the bonnet. Oh, now get out. Jump up, jump up, jump, jump. There we are. You can then go tinker, you can fettle, you can clean out your engine, obviously turn it off, because you know you don't want to get your hand caught in that fan. I imagine that's going to do some damage, but oh, for the role play, bring it into your garage, fix it up, jobs are good.